It's time for the weather. Kaley OKelley from our Phoenix station KNXV filling in for Marisol Castro. Welcome back, Kaley. Good to see you.
Thank you very much for having me. You know, I wish I had some great news from the weather department this morning. I just don't. All eyes are going to be on the deep south this morning because of what happened last night. I'm holding a baseball. I want you to think about this. We had hail the size of baseballs falling near Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport last night. You think about that on the rooftops and those airplanes. We do not have good news. Let's get to that radar picture and show you exactly what we can expect. Thunderstorms from Louisiana all the way across the deep south. The severe weather threat, the most there in the deep south from Louisiana all the way over in through the panhandle of Florida. Atlanta, Jackson, and New Orleans, Louisiana expecting strong winds, large hail, and quite possibly tornadoes. That's a look at your weather across the nation. Now here's what's happening right outside your window. Now that's not all. We're going to talk about a nor'easter that's happening from right around this time into tomorrow. We'll talk about that here in 30 minutes. Bill, Kate, and Ron, to you. Okay, Kaley, thanks very much. So Marisol, we think, is probably at home with receipts, and she's filling out her
1040.
Filling out her WD-40s there. How's life in Phoenix these days?
Hey, Phoenix is great. It's nice to actually have some weather to talk about today. I mean, everybody's going to be talking about the weather except for the folks in Phoenix. Where it's sunny and warm today.
Always.
Yes.
Always.
You get sick of that every day, huh?
Oh,
sunny
yeah,
and warm,
right.
Sunny and warm.
Have you done your taxes yet?
No, I was hopefully going to do that in the green room.
Are you?
Is there anyone who can help me around here?
You brought your shoebox full of...
You didn't see me lugging that in with Kate this morning?
Did you see the other day somebody, I think it was Melody Hobson, was talking about you can go to a baseball game and they'll help you do your taxes at the game. Did you see this?
I did not see that, but you know, you can also file for an extension.
Did you do that?
4830.
But you still have to. You still
get
have
6
to.
months.
How do you know the number of the form?
Because I filled it out just yesterday. I'm not going to make it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got to ask you about that. All right, we'll be right back. So do you have to complete?
Nice. Now to Kaley OKelley of our Phoenix affiliate, KNXV, for more on the weather.
Good morning to you, Ron, and good morning to you. I wish I had better weather. I should report to you from the weather department. We've had rotten weather in the deep south, basically from Dallas all the way over in through the panhandle of Florida. Hail the size of teacups near the Dallas International Airport. Of course, in the northwest, they're used to this. A mix of rain and snow from the coast all the way down in through the Cascade Mountain Range. It's the northeast we're watching. We are bracing for a nor'easter tomorrow. We could see wind gusts around here up to 75 miles per hour. That is a look at the nation's weather. Now here's what's happening right outside your window. And thank you very much. This weather has been brought to you by Fidelity Investments. Kate?
Okay, Kaley, thank you.
So the sheriff of Green Bay, Wisconsin made an illegal lane change while chasing a speeder, and his conscience gnawed at him to the point where he wrote himself a ticket this week for $160. This comes just a couple months after another Wisconsin cop wrote himself a $235 ticket for passing a parked school bus, proving that cheeseheads truly are the most decent of the human species. Here's the rest of the news.
We have a team of reporters out covering every angle of this storm, and we'll get to them in a moment.
For that, we turn to Kaley OKelley. She's from our Phoenix station KNXV, filling in for Marisol. Kaley, good morning.
Good morning, and what a day to be here. We can't be more clear about this. This is going to be some of the worst flooding we've seen in 10 years along the East Coast. I want to take you in a little closer. Right now, we are seeing some tornado watches in the deep south, basically from the Carolinas down in through eastern Georgia, but D.C., New York, and Boston getting pummeled with rain right now. We do have some time to prepare. Our winds won't start cranking until right around noontime, and in New York City alone today alone, 5 inches of rain. That's what's happening, at least here along the East Coast. Now here's what's, oh, no, you know, we're going to do that in a couple of minutes. We're going to talk about a western storm in a couple of minutes. Kate and Bill, back to you.
That's a look at today's headlines. Now back to Kaley OKelley for more on the wicked weather.
Thank you very much. Now, taking a quick look at what's happening in the west, we just mentioned this just a few minutes ago. We are watching an area of low pressure move onshore. We could see some thunderstorm activity just north of the Los Angeles area and snow on the Grapevine. That's a major thoroughfare connecting portions of Los Angeles into sort of central California. A lot of blowing dust there in Phoenix. That's a look at what's happening in the west. Now, here's what's happening right outside your window. Thank you very much. Kate?
Kaley, thank you. This weekend,
You know, I was talking on that piece about how Jackie Robinson was fast enough and quick enough. He stole home in his career, which only lasted 9 years, 18 times.
Wow. Is it that many? I knew it was more than a dozen.
I mean, you never see that anymore.
Right.
Never. Yeah.
how many people? How many people are going to wear the number?
They're talking about 200, maybe 250 by the time the games are played today.
Well, it's a great story. There was a column yesterday about, at one point, he was being heckled. Where was it? In St. Louis, and his teammate came across the field and put his arm around him. Was it Pee Wee Reese?
Pee Wee Reese did, yeah. It was Cincinnati, actually.
It was in Cincinnati, right.
And the Cardinals were the team that, you probably heard this story, they voted to strike, to not play the Dodgers. And the National League president, because of Jackie Robinson, said, if you do that, I'll suspend you. I don't care if it, if it ruins baseball for 5 years. They backed off. They played, and the world didn't fall apart.
Well, amazing. Amazing. We'll be right back.
Now for more on the weather, Kaley OKelley. Kaley OKelley of our Phoenix affiliate, KNXV. I always blow that at least once.
You know what? You're forgiven, Ron, and it's just because of who you are. Good morning, everyone. Hey, we're in a waiting game here in the Northeast, waiting for this nor'easter. We've got a little bit of time, right around noontime here in New York. That's when those winds are going to start cranking. But basically from Florida all the way up in through New England, we're going to see heavy rain, strong winds, and coastal flooding. This is going to be one of the worst storms we've seen in 10 years. The nation's midsection looking fabulous today. Almost 60 degrees in Minneapolis, near 70 in Dallas. That's what's happening with a look at your weather across the nation. Now, here's what's happening right outside your window. And this weather report has been brought to you by Miracle-Gro. Kate?
Okay, thank you, Kaley. Website so much. I want to thank Kaley OKelley for being with us.
Thank you for having me. It was a good time.
Good luck getting out of town today.
Yeah, that's going to be tricky.
Yeah. All right. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you back here next Saturday.